lots of analysts say it happened. It has happened. And I hope that they're right. I don't make short-term calls myself, but I will let you know that there are tons of analysts who are very optimistic after what they've been seeing over the last roughly, a little less than 24 hours at this point. Bitcoin surging, hitting above what many analysts agree is a very key level and closing above that. And this bodes well for XRP, which multiple analysts I'm seeing are characterizing it as either having broken out or on the verge of breaking out. I'll show you exactly why they're saying what they're saying. So, although I don't make short-term calls myself, I gotta admit, I think it's reasonable to be a little bit excited about this. I hope this is indeed the moment, but it could not be more clear that the calls for $20,000 Bitcoin, $30,000 Bitcoin, so on and so forth, those calls were wrong. It was never going to happen. This is a mid-cycle pullback, and we will ultimately resolve to the upside. Now, that doesn't mean it happens literally today or tomorrow or next week, so on or so forth, but this is a very encouraging sign. But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. As I record this video, it is 2:36 a.m., so it's very early in the morning here. But this is what happens when when you don't have kids. You can I don't have any kids, at least none that I'm aware of. So you can record at wacky times here. So 2:36 a.m. Central Time. So it is now Tuesday, March 17th, 2026. You have XRP at $1.53, up over 3.5% over the last 24 hours. Bitcoin at $74,404. But look at the 24-hour chart. I mean, it's been trending up. Definitely. I mean, it went from $1.47 at the 24-hour low to $1.60. Good job, XRP. And so we did pull back a little bit. But look at Bitcoin here. And this is the part that's actually key. Bitcoin does lead the market, which is fine by me. I just don't give a damn. XRP is still a way better investment opportunity in my mind. But here you have Bitcoin making a 24-hour high of damn near $76,000. And it's pulled back slightly from there. But it's amazing to see. And this is all it took for us to get out of extreme fear. Look at this. For the first time since the end of January, we are out of extreme fear and we're just into good old-fashioned regular fear. We are at 28 out of 100 on the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. And along the way, we hit an all-time low of 5 out of 100, the lowest level of extreme fear we've seen in crypto history. It's just crazy to see that. And as I said at the time, I don't know when it will happen, but I do know that at some unknown point in the future, we will be into extreme greed. And obviously, to get there, you got to get out of extreme fear, and then into fear, and then neutral, and then greed, and then finally extreme greed. This is one step in the right direction. So it doesn't mean we can't fall back into extreme fear in the short term, but I am highlighting this is, well, it's what you'd expect when you see price to go up. But this is also why it's so stupid, STOOPID, stupid, to respond with emotions when price go down, because it's never actually the end of the world. Eventually, the price is going to rip higher. At some point, there are going to be new all-time highs. So everybody need to chill. Just chill, baby girl. Chill. Everything's going to be all right. Take a look at this post from on-chain analytics firm Santiment. And this was posted in the morning, March 16th, Monday. With continued rumors swirling about the progress of the Iran, Israel, and U.S. conflict, Bitcoin jumped above $74,400 for the first time in 6 weeks. This bullish momentum has been enough to push FOMO to its highest level since January 2nd. According to Monday's social media data, there is a 1.67 bullish/bearish ratio of comments across X, Reddit, Telegram, and other platforms. In spite of global uncertainty at the moment, traders are once again seeing crypto as a sector with rise potential in the coming weeks and months. Well, you knew it had to flip at some point, folks. Of course it did. Here's what popular chart analyst Psychedelic had to say. And he posted this at 7:05 p.m. right after the daily close at 7:05 p.m. Central Time, my time zone. And I got a Bitcoin price chart here, and you love to see this. Again, it is legit. It does make sense to be optimistic here. It does. You could be cautiously optimistic. That's fine. This is a very good sign. We have been waiting for this. We've been waiting for the bottom of this recent pullback to be carved out. And really good chance it's done. There's an increasingly increasing chance that it is. So here's what he wrote. Bitcoin did it. It just closed the daily above $74,500, $74,500 April 2025 low. That's right, folks. It has closed and you remember what happened April 2025. That's when we got the first of 3 tariff scares over the past year. And Bitcoin just closed above that low of $74,500. And then he wrote, with a very strong on-balance volume breakout, OBV, it's not bearish. To me, this daily close is a signal that the market wants higher. Hold at these levels for a little longer, and $80,000 should come in short order. Acceptance back inside the $72,000 range, and we should expect lower levels again. But it's looking good. Okay, so not a promise that we can't go lower, but like I said at the outset of the video, good reason to be optimistic here, especially if you're an XRP holder. More on that in just a minute. I want to do things in order here. Here's a post from chart analyst X-Force Global. Bitcoin, target achieved. Targets are now even higher. $80,000 should be attacked before a medium time frame pullback will be even considered. Altcoins are still very bullish. And so these are just a couple samples of what I'm seeing from analysts. I could go on and on and on. Tons of analysts are talking along these lines. This is the norm at this particular juncture in time, and a lot of analysts have been looking for this to happen, and we finally got it. Here's a post from chart analyst Dom. As of now, March is the first month in 6 months that has a positive net flow for large trades, Bitcoin and Ethereum, showing a clear accumulation by large players rather than distribution. That's right, folks. Accumulation by the big money. And he says a clear shift from what we've seen. No other month has seen near this level of positive flow halfway through the month since July. So, as I always say, markets find bottoms, and it's increasingly looking like the bottom at $60,000 on February 5th was the actual bottom. And if that's the case, well, we're through it then. we're gonna find. So, like, again, I'm not making a short-term call because that's just not what I do. Go talk to the chart guys about that, argue with them about it. But I do know that this is a bottoming region. I know what bottoming regions look like. So whether we're at the literal bottom and finally digging out of it or not, this is the bottoming region. People are going to look back on this moment and wish that they bought more crypto. I'm willing to bet that. Here's another one from chart analyst Dom. XRP on Coinbase has the largest bid skew within 50% seen in nearly a year. Nearly a 9-to-1 bid ratio. Translated, it's 9 times easier right now to push XRP to $2.25 than to 75 cents. So let me extra translate that. The path of least resistance is up, back above $2 to $2.25. Way more likely, he's arguing, than us falling below $1. Way more likely. So you're seeing strength there. That is more confluence for what you're seeing happen with Bitcoin also. And you're seeing this throughout the crypto market. It is a pretty exciting moment. And again, after all we've seen in recent months and just getting beat down, and so many people felt like it's just never going to end, it's okay to feel pretty happy about this. So again, not 100% chance that we can't go lower, but you just take what you can freaking get. It's fine. Seriously, it's okay to celebrate the little things along the way. I hate the stick in the mud people who are like, yeah, but so-and-so, and I want to see this. Shut up. I don't care about what you want to see. Just celebrate the little steps along the way. Makes it a lot more pleasurable, okay? Here's a post from chart analyst Dark Defender. He reposted something from March 10th where he was highlighting a chart where he was sharing his expectations for ultimately getting to $5.85 for XRP. And here he wrote, just this afternoon, expected XRP break has arrived. A bit late, first $1.66, then $1.88. So he believes that we are at the moment where the actual break, we're going to be seeing notable jumps up in relative short order. And then ultimately, finally entering price discovery. He does still believe that's going to happen. Chart analyst Javon Marks, who accurately called, one of the many analysts I follow, who accurately called XRP breaking out in 2024, simply wrote the following. XRP, target remains above $15. And he has been consistent. I will tell you, to his credit, he is one of the analysts who, when he got the market pullback, he did not flip bearish just because that was the popular thing to do. And really, almost none of the analysts that I follow flipped bearish, which is rare because most analysts did flip bearish, but that's because most analysts are terrible. Most analysts on the planet are very bad at what they claim to be specialized in. They are not actually good analysts, and they will go whatever direction the wind is blowing. The good analysts actually very frequently are going against the grain, actually. So I was relieved to see that, just more confirmation for me that, yeah, on the whole, I think I'm pretty well following the right people on a regular basis. I would say that. Here's a post from chart analyst Hubwaves, XRP. Some nice movement off these lows in alts. XRP remains strong with the hold above our key level. We really want to create space here and carry into the $1.80-ish level. The key will be to get that 5-wave move and not 3. But for now, so far, so good. And he posted that just this afternoon. And he is targeting $17.69 per XRP. So lots of optimism that we're coming. And I don't know that this timeline is meant to be for scale. I will tell you this. Most analysts, when they squiggle something like this and they share their price expectations, it's more about the formation of how the chart is playing out and what their expectations are, rather than it adhering to a specific timeline. Almost never is it the case that they literally mean this is what the timeline is expected to be. So yeah, $17.69 this market cycle is his expectation. Here's a post from chart analyst CW. He said, a XRP bullish signal has appeared. A real rally has begun first since July 2024, and he is targeting $21.50. But do you see a pattern here? These are just a handful of examples, but there are tons of analysts who absolutely believe that this is likely the moment where XRP is making a notable move, and it's happening, of course, at the same time that Bitcoin just did, because the asset class freaking moves in tandem, so you do love to see it. This, I'm telling you guys, this market cycle is not over. Not till we have a freaking alt season, damn it. We'll get it. We'll get it. I firmly believe we're going to have an alt season for tons of macro reasons I keep citing, which I don't want to regurgitate in this video. If you've been following me, you know what they are. You know what they are. It's coming. It's coming. Here's a post from chart analyst Bird. XRP is officially poking out of the bear market that started on January 15th, 2025. Okay, well, I take issue with part of that. I absolutely reject characterizing what's happening right now as a bear market, but to each their own. It's a subjective thing. You get to decide what qualifies as a bear market. But to say it started a bear market started January 15th, and it's ended 2 months later. We had a 2-month bear market. Do you mean a pullback? So I think it would be better to just characterize it as a pullback rather than a 2-month bear market. That's a little peculiar, but no disrespect. I get what he's pointing at here. He is acknowledging that XRP is looking pretty good right about now. And I certainly can't argue with that. The best is yet ahead. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this unfolds here. Hopefully we don't end up being disappointed. But I will say, even if that happens, it's not going to matter in the end. The cycle is not over. The best is yet ahead, period. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea.